What is going on, guys? It's Tony, and in this video we had our Dodgers lose to the San Diego Padres 3-2. These kind of games happen, right? And that is why we have a 162 game season. Our offense just could not really do much for most of the game, right? Innings 1 through 7, we didn't score anything. We were down 2-0 against the Padres, obviously, as they scored in the second and third inning. And then we finally, in that 8th inning, scored a couple of runs. Kind of had an opportunity to win this game, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really that big of a deal, right? Padres win in the 10th inning, which is not surprising because usually the home team has the advantage with these, runner on second base rule added, a couple seasons ago. That favors the home team. So, I'm not surprised we lost. Nor am I mad we lost because, we're not supposed to go 162-0 and we're not supposed to go on these, 20, 30 game win streaks where we just can't expect to lose. When the Padres are at least, a solid team to say the least. So, it is what it is, but let me just go over the game to start it off with, right? Let's start off with Tyler Anderson, who I thought played pretty okay, right? Even though he gave up 2 runs in 5 innings, right? If you think about someone like Tyler Anderson, right? Andrew Heaney had been the starter in replacement of Tyler Anderson for the longest time this season, right? He had a couple starts, right? Tyler Anderson is someone who's supposed to come out of the bullpen and give you 3 to 4, maybe 5 innings, depending on how long Andrew Heaney can last. But kind of last minute, he was told that he's going to be the starter against the Padres because Andrew Heaney is out. That was announced a few days ago. So Tyler Anderson did what he was supposed to do as our number 5 starter in this rotation. Just keep us within striking distance of winning the game. And that's exactly what Tyler Anderson did, along with the rest of the bullpen, right? Because you think about someone like Tyler Anderson, 2 runs in 5 innings, you think that the Dodgers could at least, they kept themselves in it, right? They tied the game at 2. So I think Tyler Anderson, it wasn't his fault for the reason why we lost. I think he played pretty okay. Did have some walks, did have some, just runs here and there, but overall, that wasn't the reason why we lost. So let's go over the reason why we did, right? And I think that's, more attributed to our offense, right? Which is okay, because these kind of games happen. Yu Darvish, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, just not a single run allowed. We look at the lineup, right? Mookie Betts, he started off with, 2 home runs last game. This game, he just struck out 3 times in 4 at-bats. Just not a good game for Mookie Betts, and that's okay because, when I title Mookie Betts is back, I mean, like, his contact is back, his confidence is back. And just because he has a game of 0 for 4, it doesn't imply that, last game was a fluke, or, last game is just, no. It's not a fluke to hit 2 home runs in a game. And Mookie Betts is someone who, obviously matchups are there. Yu Darvish is a exceptional pitcher. He just didn't get a hit this game. What are you supposed to say about Freddie Freeman? Because he didn't get a hit, right? He did draw a walk, struck out once in 3 at bats, right? So, when I'm looking at this, right, we left 14 men on base. We had opportunities to win this game, and we only drew 3 walks. This was an uncharacteristic game from the Dodgers, right? They weren't drawing their walks like usual. Usually, you see at least 5 walks. This time you saw 3. They left 14 men on base. The Padres left 10. So if you're looking at it, we had more opportunities to win. But we just didn't capitalize. Trea Turner, right? Obviously clutch hitting in the 8th with 2 outs. Got the hit, brought in 2 RBIs. So good job from Trea Turner just being able to be that clutch hitter, when we need it most. Because in that 8th inning, we had Mookie and Freddie Freeman both struck out. They couldn't get runs. And Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman couldn't get the job done. But Trea Turner did, so good job for him. Max Muncy, a cold game. So last game you saw our lineup, 1 through 4. Mookie, Freddie Freeman, Trea, and Max Muncy. They all played fantastic last game. This game, it was more so the opposite, right? So, Max Muncy, 3 strikeouts and 4 at-bats. So similar kind of line in terms of stat line to Mookie Betts. Justin Turner, same thing. 0 for 4 from at-bats, right? So, this isn't nothing new, right? This is literally nothing new. We've seen, I think this game happened, it was kind of similar to a few games ago in which we played the Braves. I guarantee you next game we're going to win. Because that's, knowing the Dodgers, knowing them so well, every time they lose a game like this, where their offense doesn't produce that they are expected to produce it, right? They're going to come out next game and make a statement. They're going to come out next game and score at least 5, 6 runs, and they're going to win. That's just how it is. I haven't seen them lose back-to-back games in an embarrassing fashion. They might lose back-to-back, but to have 5 hits, right, and to leave 14 on base, 11 strikeouts, just 3 walks, that is not Dodger baseball. That is not the offense that we all know that the Dodgers can do. So, overall, 1 through 4, 1 through 5, once again, did not show up, which is, it's fine, right? It's just one game. Cody Bellinger, right? I know he had 2 strikeouts, but he had a base hit. That's better than a lot of the players on our team. We only had 5 hits this game. I mean, just think about it. 4 of the 5 hits came from the bottom of our lineup. Will Smith, Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, and Gavin Lux. Both came at the bottom portion of the lineup. So there was that. Chris Taylor, right? He was one of the guys with the run, a hit, and a walk, right? Overall, it was a pretty solid game from Chris Taylor. Although he had an opportunity in the 9th inning, all it resulted in was a double play. And then in the 10th inning, he got caught trying to steal third base. So obviously, not the ending that Chris Taylor wanted. But that kind of thing happens. That was just a good throw. So it was just a good throw from Profar. So you got to give him credit for that. Chris Taylor is a speedy runner, and obviously Profar was backing up when he caught the ball. So it was just a good throw from Profar, and obviously Gavin Lux, same thing. Good plate discipline from Gavin Lux. He got a hit, he got a run. So it's just nice to see him get a hit again because it had been 12 or 13 at-bats. His on-base percentage has been fantastic at a 378. So even though he hasn't really been hitting, it's because of the fact that he's been getting a lot of walks and that, he hasn't really had the consistent opportunity to do so. He has also been a bit injured, right? Had a rest game here and there, but overall, it's a whatever game. Games like these happen, and as annoying as they could be sometimes, the Padres, here's the thing about the Padres. They cheer like when they beat us, it's like a championship. They go crazy, right? We don't consider this a rivalry. Our rivalry is with the San Francisco Giants, not with the San Diego Padres. The Padres are a team with no championship. And the Padres are a team that, in my eyes, are like the Clippers of baseball, who try to act like they're something by accumulating good players, but never get the result on the field. So I'm not concerned about the Padres, nor should you guys be. It was just an off game from the Dodgers in terms of their offense, right? No walks, just not really much of an opportunity to capitalize, even though we did leave 14 men on base, which is fine. It's just one game. I know people are panicking, just because, this is baseball, too. There's 162 games. I mean, it's absolutely silly how people are panicking about record or, I see people all the time. They post pictures of the standings and stuff like that. I'm like, are you serious? We're really doing this right now? So, I don't know why people are doing that. But that's all I have for this one. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below what you guys' thoughts were on the Padres beating us for the first time in 12 games, 3-2. And subscribe for more. Alright guys, peace out. And as always, go Dodgers.